This is Hannah, and I'm going to talk to you today about our two Darwin Finch Kits. One is our basic Darwin Finch Kit, and the other is the Camarhynchus Finch Kit. Now, both of these kits involve the species of finches found in the Galápagos Islands. The Darwin Finch Kit is more designed for the science teachers, and the Camarhynchus Finch Kit is more designed for the math teachers, but they both work together for STEM integrated learning that really nails down measurement and data. You're doing a lot of graphing, you're doing a lot of analysis, all while discussing natural selection, the way scientists classify species. So some of the differences between the kits is that the Darwin Finch Kit actually prints by default at 150% of life size. So you can see they're a little bit larger over here. This is so you can more easily see the differences between the species, and so the measuring of all the different pieces of the beak are easier done. Now the Camarhynchus Finch Kit, because you're not looking at scale with the math things we're doing, you're looking more at analyzing the data. We have printed all of these finches at life size so that it's easy for measuring without conversion, and you can just go through, you can collect the data, you can analyze it, and you can see how the head size and the beak size of these two related species is actually a little bit different. So these two species here are both in the Camarhynchus genus. We actually have 15 of each species here, and each of these samples represents a relatively accurate bell curve of that particular species. So we've looked and found the largest and the smallest of each of those species, as well as the average size, and then built an approximate bell curve out of the species from there. Now on Darwin's Finch Kit, we've actually built each of the specimens here to be the average of that species. So we have 7 of the different species as well as the theoretical common ancestor. So with this one, you get a chance to look at Darwin's principle of descent with modification, natural selection, and you also get a chance to take measurements and sort of trace back the evolution that's from the common ancestor. So you're being scientists, you're exploring, you're taking a lot of data, you're doing measuring of the birds themselves, and then it's a lot of graphing, which is really important for year-end exams for the students to be comfortable building, reading, and understanding graphs. Now with the Camarhynchus Finch Kit, this one is more looking into analyzing the data on a deeper level. So at a high school level, you might do standard deviation, whereas at middle school, you can do mean and absolute deviation. You can look at sample size. Is the amount of data sufficient to make accurate assessments? So for instance, maybe you only start your students off with the first 5 finches, and then you increase the sample size to include 10 finches. You increase it again to include 15. How has the addition of new data helped your analysis? You can also go in to see if you're getting statistical outliers and do a lot of really good statistical analyses with the Camarhynchus Finch Kit. Both of these kits are really good STEM integrated kits where you're doing math, you're doing science. It's all based in a real world scenario, and the students are going to love it because they get a chance to see the specimens, to take the data, and then to analyze the data. And it's not some abstract thing, but it's actually based in these actual species that live in the Galápagos Islands today. So it's really exciting, it's good interdisciplinary learning, and we really hope you enjoy using these two kits. Thanks for listening.